Hello.
Hey, I really should do an intro like you have, where you have the same intro and ending. I should really do that. It would really simplify things.
Well, I can hook you up because I had this wonderful person make it for me. Believe it or not, we were getting copyrighted on every single thing because my intro was not right. So I had her make it. I know, right? Hello, y'all.
Yeah.
How are you?
Howdy, Lori
Hey,
Driscoll. How you doing?
Lori. Lori.
Incarnasoul.
Yep. I'm going to scroll up and actually say hello to everybody since I disappeared for a week. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Facebook mom, hello. Um, I am the noise operator. Oh, I love that. I love how he changes that.
Oh, okay. So that's noise opera.
Yes,
Okay.
I love it. I love it. And Brian, hello. Patty, hey, I'm glad you're here. Violet, Darcy's, hey. Hey, Mr. Joel. And Carnosol, I love you. Gotta love it. Janet, Lori, I am so good, so glad you're here. College, hello. Wow, I'm so glad to see everybody. I think I got everybody. And Ben, hello.
Hello. I always like to see Janet from another planet. There was some gal in my office that would jokingly say that was her name, but there's just something innocent and fun about that name.
College, I will confirm I did. I'm going to say thank you. And more than anything, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea what that means to this channel and that I definitely used it for this channel. Just so you know, I want everybody to know that. Thank you so much. And I mean that. Um, I wanted to get very personal today. Um, Time for advocates to stand up. Ben, how much pain have you seen going on in our community?
Oh, I've seen I've seen tons, and yeah, I just had a meeting last night, although it was a associated community. Um,
Yeah.
and I can't, unfortunately I can't go into specifics, but
No, that's okay.
yeah, a person was a whole lot of pain, and
Yeah.
yeah, sadly that seems to be catching.
Yes, it is. It's infectious and it's hurting a lot of people. And I say outside of our own, but I'm going to focus tonight. I wanted to focus tonight on our chosen
Mhm.
family,
Sure.
whether it's here or
Mhm.
in, we're in familiar other places and it's all our chosen family. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of pain.
Mhm.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah.
I'm
Sad.
sorry you've had a long day, and I will dar from afar. I see Dar. I see Darcy. Let's see. I love it. Dar from afar. Oh,
Mm.
you deserve that. You deserve more than 15 seconds of fame. College, a whole lot more. Frizzle, I love you. I'm glad you're here. Um, Ben, there's been a lot, and it's infectious. Thank
Mhm.
you. Janet. It's really infectious,
Mhm.
and not in a good way.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
mods, there's been a lot of my mods right now that are going through it, co-hosts
Mhm.
going through it. Cromwell, hey, glad to see you. Um, I want everybody here to know you're seen, you're heard, and it's time for us advocates to stand up for each other. I'm throwing away the outside world because this world is just going through hell right now. But
Mhm.
you're already in your pajamas. I know, Frizzle, and this is one for you too. This is you were in the front of my mind when I wanted to do this. Um, there's a lot of people outside here, a lot of my chosen family friends that aren't really here, but they're mean a lot to me. And
Mhm.
one was gonna be on here, and because of what she's going through, she couldn't. And
Mm,
trust me, I've been gone for a week, okay? I know. My head wasn't in the right space. It wasn't fair to this channel and this community for me to come just halfway. I have to do it all the way or I'm not gonna do it.
mm.
I know that I put Ben through some pain today.
I love tooth pain. I swear. Oh man, it's when you don't have it for a while, it's easy to forget how something as simple as tooth pain can
Oh, it's not
be.
simple.
Yeah, and it's amazing how quickly it progresses. Yeah, up to my ear. Um, but yeah, luckily I got a good doc who
Antibiotics?
yeah, so that's yeah, and it really kind of scares me a little. Well, I shouldn't say scares. Well, yeah, it's point of concern. One of the NDE cases I was studying, um, that wow, I forgot the guy's name already. um,
Why
but
the
yeah,
Red Cross burn you?
this legendary doctor performed this operation on this guy, and of all things, he started developing heart issues and a bunch of other stuff with sepsis and stuff, and it
Mm,
started from a tooth infection. But yeah,
yes.
the guy later, died and described some stuff that was a fascinating case for NDE. But yeah, oh yeah, when you have it, there's
You know,
nothing else on your mind.
tooth infection, ear infection, and sore throat. That are 3 things that you forget about until you have it.
Yeah.
And then, man, physical pain is horrible. I can't stand a sore throat, and I sure cannot stand a toothache, which
Yeah.
I told you I had a filling fall out, put the temporary filling in so I could get to my dentist appointment, and, it won't stay in, so yes, that's
Mm,
why I knew Red Cross, but man, I wanted to punch myself in the mirror for a minute till
yeah.
it started
Yeah,
working.
and of course, before you told me about it, I was in so much pain. It's like I'm thinking about just going to bed, and it's like, wow, it's hard to believe how much tooth pain
Mhm,
can, something as small, the itty bitty little tooth, but nerves are nerves, and
that's right, and it hurts.
yeah,
Janet, thank you for supporting the advocates of this channel. Thank you for those gifted memberships. Please, if you've got one, please just tell her thank you because it means so much. Sinzu, I miss you. I love you, and I'm so glad you're here.
yeah.
Frizzle, I thought the perpetrator of my crime would have been arrested this week, and he still hasn't been. Oh my God. I
Oh
just want to
man,
feel safe leaving the house. I know
mm,
you do, and I'm so sick of it. So
yeah.
sick of this. I'm so sick of the pain going through this community.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you can see evidence of it. And I don't mean to derail anything,
No, go
but you can see evidence of it in
T,
pop
hello.
culture.
Mhm.
It's with that last problem that you brought up. I mean, there were so many cases coming out of the whole
Yeah.
Roblox thing. I mean,
Yes.
that just exploded. But I mean, that's a microcosm. I mean, that's just
Uh-oh.
like
Ben, that's for you.
I don't know. I hope so.
Probably from not being able to eat.
Yeah, part of the condition I had um, causes fluid buildup,
Mhm.
and oh yeah, you know a little bit about fluid buildup.
Yeah, I think I do.
But yeah, diuretics, is the only way to, it's just where it was at. And,
Get rid of take the
but-
diuretics and you gotta worry about your hey, T, I love you.
oh
Um,
yeah,
and then you have to worry about your potassium and cramps and sodium and yep,
yeah,
do it every day.
electrolytes, and you get fatigued really quickly, and
I'm not
yeah,
advertising for them, but you see what I brought in here with me?
oh
That's
yeah.
a help.
I've been doing sports drinks like crazy. Of course, not
Me
all
too.
sports drinks are created equally. You have to be careful over
Sugar-free, I
which.
have been doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I wish I could do sugar, but oh well.
Nope,
Hey,
sugar-free, sugar-free, sugar-free. I have not drank or ate sugar since I've been home. Almost
mm,
almost 2 months now.
wow.
The 30th. Yes. No, I'm lying. Surgery will be 2 months. Hey, SP Crusader. Hey, Lenny, how are you?
We have a lot of outside sources too that tend to cause us emotional pain. If you have a even if you have, even if you say, okay, I don't watch TV, I'll watch YouTube. If you have, like I don't have YouTube Premium, so I sit through commercials. Commercials are geared to get you to compare yourself to other people. And if you want to cause yourself so many problems, that's probably the best way to do it. The second you start comparing yourself to other people, your
Yes.
reasoning center will go offline and you'll say, oh, I'm inadequate because I'm aware of my inner fears. And this person looks so perfect and they're so happy. Because I'm not going to buy whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have enough money to afford this, so I'm going to be unhappy for the rest of my life. And yeah, these advertising companies, I mean, there's all sorts of subliminal. They don't use
Yeah.
subliminal
And
so much, but they use
sometimes they're
suggestion a
just
lot.
right out, put it out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Howard, it's
and
good to see you. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
that
I have to read this. This is something positive. Absolutely. On a more positive light, I made a visit to little Kiki, doing great, wonderful forever home. Another win. Love always wins. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yay. He
that does
named
sound
his
good.
little
Yeah.
rescue kitten Keela and called her Kiki. Senzu, I like watermelon BioLite.
Mm,
Oh, might need to do that. It's good to see everybody. Hey, look, and look. Great to see everyone. It's great to see you. Actually, really great to see you. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium on. I had it
it's
on
only
both my
13.
channels. Yeah, I had it on
Mm,
both my channels. But here's what I just found out today when I went to renew it on Mental Health Matters. It asked me if I wanted to do the family plan. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my main my main everything that I want to come off is from my personal. I say personal channel, but the other channel where we used to do car talk and used to have fun. Um, but I'm actually gonna get that personal plan. I mean, the family
mm,
plan. It's not that much more expensive, and you can add 5 people, so I could add Mental Health Matters to
mm,
it instead of paying for each one. Frizzle, you'll be in my family? Okay, good, because I can have
mm,
5 family members. And that'll it's actually if you pay that versus paying each thing that I paid for YouTube Premium for
mm,
each channel, it's cheaper.
mm.
So
I did not realize it was only 13 a month.
yeah, but if you have more than one channel, definitely the family plan. It's only like
Mm,
23 something. So it's cheaper than me paying for YouTube Premium on both of them. I just add them
mm,
to the family plan.
yeah.
Since this one ran out, it's not premium anymore, but my other one is still. So when it renews, I'll renew it all in a family plan. 3:30 a.m. there.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Ugh, yeah.
Y'all, y'all are insane.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to do those 3:30s.
I have a one of my friends who was in NCI and she's still in NCI. Um, I talked to her quite a bit, but yeah, she's in the Netherlands and
Mhm.
yeah, that becomes an issue.
I know we have so many from I mean, all over the world. So even the mods are from all over the world. So
Mm,
it's really hard to put. And then I don't want to fight anybody's spot. You know,
mm,
especially like on a Friday night. I don't want to. There's so many people that do go online and they have a spot, and I'm trying to be considerate of that.
mm,
And because I try to do it different times. Some
yeah.
people get mad about um, if I do it too early. Some people
Mm,
get mad. Oh my God, T, for real. Yeah, I noticed something about YouTube though. What I found when I
mm,
was looking today. Really, oh, wait, I'm not good at this mouse thing over here.
mm,
One thing I did notice is y'all read the fine print because now it's doing like Prime. And I pay for Prime, and then I still have to watch ads. That ticks me off more than anything.
mm,
You pay for Amazon Prime, then you still have to watch ads, okay?
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so I've come that there's nothing I can do about that. I have to
Yeah.
accept that. But then I read the fine print today on YouTube Premium. It's their YouTube Premium Lite and then YouTube Premium Family, whatever. The Lite is some ads may still appear. Now they're doing like Prime. I'm so sick of it. I'm really I'm
Mm,
just I'm over all this. I read the fine print. I'm like, I'm not subscribing to YouTube Lite, Premium Lite.
mm,
Why would I do that? Why would I pay for something and still have to watch ads?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
just gonna do the family plan and put everything under it and be done.
Let me turn these on if I can get them to turn. Oh, okay. Well, that actually
You got it?
brightened up a little bit. There.
So,
Yeah,
guys,
makes them.
here's the thing that we wanted to talk about. This, like we were talking about the pain, it's emotional. It's an
Mm,
emotional turns to physical, and no, it doesn't make sense, Janet. um, it Emotional pain can turn to physical pain, and then physical pain can cause emotional issues. We talked about that when I crawled
mm,
into my bed for a week and didn't get out.
mm,
Okay, I knew I was at the rock bottom. It was time to get up. Um, I kind of did have a reason this week. I kind of crawled
mm,
under my covers. I was a little bit sick, but I'm tired of talking about my sickness, so I
mm.
just disappeared. But yeah, E. coli is no fun, and I don't eat meat, so don't tell me how I got it. I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, you got that too on top of every.
My immune system's still building. It's working.
Oh
It's good.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't even know where. How? How do you get E. coli? So meat, I don't know. That I really don't know. You're
Um.
in teeth in bed
Mm,
mode at the moment. I don't know,
mm,
Ben. I didn't even AI it. I didn't even care. I just like,
mm.
okay, here, let's let the antibiotics take work. That's why I said antibiotics.
Yeah, yeah.
Life go.
Sometimes.
Lettuce, for real. Senzu, for real. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I've heard of
okay.
that.
Well, then that would be me. That one, nope. Lori, that is yes, that is a way for real. But that one I know for sure is
Mm.
not me, but lettuce. T, you've had a horrible week. Okay. We are going to break some of this down.
Or
We're
break out
all chasing a tail,
a what?
a tail, if that
Oh
makes
yes,
sense.
yeah.
That's what I feel like right now. That's what I feel like. This is my opinion. Every this is because last week everybody was just they were like, I don't even want to come to the live. I don't want to be there. I can't be there. I can't be there. Um,
Mm,
And then I started noticing it was like they're going through so much. I think it's all happening at one time, and we're so busy worrying about everybody else that everybody else is it's just an endless cycle. So it's time to stand up and stop. And Lori, you're just making me laugh here. I'm just having an old coworker, chemist, that said that once. You're not goofy. You're absolutely correct. That is a way. I knew that, but I knew that wasn't the reason I got it, and I didn't know why. But lettuce, that would be me. I am definitely a salad eater. Oh. Brian, you got sick last week? My lord.
now
Okay, Ben, let's break it down. What is going on?
a lot. Um, what's happening, and a lot of people don't realize this. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not trying to sway you one way or another. If you watch news, there's a lot of. It seems like the world is on fire right now. What that will do is that will cause stress to go up. I'm not. I'm not saying stay ignorant. I'm not saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Your stress will go up to a certain level, and then it's like a cumulative thing. It's kind of like how they describe radar detectors, that you fill a glass with so much water, so just a little bit more of a signal will make it spill over, and then it reads as a radar signal. That's a lot how stress works in us. I mean, you get stress from work, you finally get home, you start and you turn on the tube, or even just catching news here, or not on this site, but I mean like on YouTube or alternative media, which is
Right.
tons better than the old
Oh,
media.
absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good citizen journalists out there,
Yeah.
but that will have an effect on you, and so it gets hard. So maybe it doesn't affect you directly. Maybe okay, but somebody may also start to come under stress, which causes all these other symptoms physical pain and things like that. Or you do like me when, I'm on, like, I come away, I'm on goopy painkiller, or not painkillers. I was on goopy medication, and I didn't think it was that bad. But yeah, I kept doing really stupid stuff. And it was like, stepping on real um expensive medical equipment and things like that, and just not caring. And then of course then you have to pay $1,000 for
Oh,
a
geez.
new retainer. Yeah. So yeah,
And then burn your mouth off.
yeah,
Sorry
and
about that.
but no, that stuff works good. But yeah, stress causes different things to different people, and you never know where you're picking it up from if you don't just kind of try to shed it off. Or yeah, and I wish I could say there was like a surefire way to do it. Of course, people who are empaths are going to carry a natural higher amount of stress load, just because if you're not grounding regularly or not using visualization or something, you're going to carry that around with you. And that's going to cause stress on you. But yeah, people are getting more and more stressed out now. And some of it's good reason. We have a lot of stuff going on. Like you were just talking about the flood. You having earthquakes, minor
Okay, so
one.
when does
But,
Texas have earthquakes?
um, they had one
Evidently
yeah,
today.
they had, they had a small one in New York a couple weeks ago. That I mean, we know there's a fault there, and we know there's some in
Yeah.
Texas, but of course they're non-active. Um,
You sent me some good information, and I forgot I was gonna Google this just to see in Google Maps. Let's see. I wanted to see how far. I have y'all's stuff starred. I'm gonna get to it. I haven't ignored you, Janet. I promise. How?
mm,
Let's see. How close is Center, Texas from my location? 2 hours.
mm,
So that's how close the 2 hours. Literally 2 hours and well, it says 2 hours and 1 minute. So for 2 hours and 1 minute away from me, this today we had a 3.2 earthquake.
mm,
And I'm sitting here thinking my dogs are scared of thunder. Now I'm starting to wonder. It hasn't stopped thundering in that, but
mm.
yep, that is very,
Um,
very close.
we have that going on. We have fire. There's still a big fire in California. Big one in northern Arizona. Although they do have the upper hand on it. But the point being is that this stuff and this stuff happens all the time. It's just now it's in your face. You can't escape it. And
Yeah.
and it can be something where you have, I don't know, yeah, a relative or something. It's the point is it's a point of concern, and that stuff will build up on you, and then you add to that the fact that everybody has trauma in their life. That is one of the rules that
Yeah.
everybody is going through
Take
some
that as
sort of
a
suffering
yes.
in some way, shape, or form. We all have triggers from our childhood. Some of them are their defense mechanisms, kind of like stuff that we, as children, we learned, like unintentionally. Like if we were bullied a lot in school. We learned that people aren't safe,
Right.
and that we distance ourselves somewhat from that. Um, if dad just disappears one day when he's going out for cigarettes or something like that, we learn that people don't keep he disappears and leaves. We learn that people we love will reject us if our parents if they only praise us when we get A's. We learn that we have to overachieve all the time, and that not succeeding is not worth it.
Yeah.
Um, if we get punished for telling the truth, we learn that telling the truth isn't safe.
And that is
It's
a
all
lot of empaths. That is a lot
yeah,
of empaths.
yeah,
You're not believed.
yeah.
We covered this on the last one, and I'm still I'm still in that rabbit hole. I'm
Mm,
not prepared enough to put another live out
mhm,
yet for that because that is a rabbit hole that wow. But yes,
mhm.
your
Yeah, no,
empaths not being believed.
yeah, and when this stuff comes up, it's hard because we live in this. We're used to this. We're used to whatever our we're inside. It's hard to spot. Like a few days ago, I had a stressful situation come up at work, and I don't even remember what it was. I think it was when I think I thought that I accidentally deleted something, but so I'm running around. I'm trying to do all this stuff, trying to recover this data, and it just occurred to me, you're in stress mode. And I had to stop myself and just say, okay, this is important. It is important. I need to get this solved quickly. However, I need to stop first and just breathe. I just need
Yes.
to stop and let go of the panic because panic is when you start to all this other stuff starts unintentional errors slip in. You don't pay close attention to what you're doing and it causes carelessness. So I was like, okay, stop and go through that. And oftentimes,
Regulate, regulate,
oftentimes
regulate.
it's just, yeah, it's the same way with emotional triggers. I mean, well, that is an emotional trigger,
Yeah.
panic because you feel like you've done something wrong.
Yeah, well, you've
Um,
been the help to me with that, so thank you. Even though they don't
but
like math.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, math phobia. Uh, yeah, a teacher demonstrated this in her class. I wish I had the video. I don't remember where it is. What she did, she gave she was making anagrams. She gave half the class anagrams which could be solved. The other half, they all had this. Well, they were the same test for half the class, same test for this half of the class. But this half of the class got first two anagrams were completely unsolvable. They were just random letters that you couldn't make a word out of. I would still like to take that challenge because I can make a word out of anything. It's just may not it may be misspelled. But this half of the class had these really easy ones. And what she did is she had the kids make an anagram. What is this an anagram for? What words can you make out of these letters? And she would have when you got done with the first question, you'd stop and you'd raise your hand. So half of the class, and they're smart, people she made sure that it wasn't like just happened to be like the low performers on this side of the
Right.
class. And, if there were a good mixture. And what happened was, the first half of the class raises their hand. The other half's like, okay, she said, okay, so we'll go to the second one. And the same thing happened. Half the class raises their hands, and the other half's like, so she gave them both. It's the same anagram. It was solvable. I think it was America. It was just the letters are mixed up. By the time she got to the second one, or the last one, half the class easily finished it. The other half that had gotten the two unsolvable ones, they couldn't solve it because they have learned that they can't succeed with just two examples. And she later asked them, okay, how did this make you feel? It made me feel panicked. This made me feel stupid. This made me, and this stuff is the way we feel inside. We're just going through childhood because sometimes we don't quite necessarily understand something the way it's explained, and we
Right,
will internalize that. And as a child,
right.
we'll build this protective armor around ourselves, and it won't say, we'll have an internal voice that says I'm stupid. Will have first of all we'll have that limiting belief, but then we build up an armor around that, and that armor can look like things like it can give you panic disorders or the earlier examples. You'll learn that people aren't safe. You learn that um, excellence isn't rewarded. You learn that I
Right.
can't do this. And what you have to realize is that this is armor that you wear that is given to you by a 5-year-old child,
Yeah.
and that this stuff no longer suits you. That these were defenses. People aren't safe. I just telling the truth isn't safe.
Okay,
It's
so I heard
best.
that today. I heard that today. I was
Yeah.
watching a podcast on and I heard that today.
Hmm.
Exact words were back in so and so when when I was a kid and in the older generation, we didn't have to lock our doors. We
Mm,
didn't have, people we were safe. We didn't have to worry about that, and that people told the truth and their truth meant something,
mm,
and now the trust is just almost extinct. I thought
mm.
that very it got me
Yeah.
thinking. I'm like, well, that's the truth. I mean, it
Mhm.
is the truth because there's a lot of I can't go to sleep at night with I can't stay here without locking both my locks, and I'm in Texas, so I'm well prepared. Just
Mhm.
saying, um,
Yeah.
but it's still the fact of the thought of what could be, I guess,
Mm,
and that he was right about when he said we used to be able to trust and people
mhm.
told the truth, and that is just almost extinct. And he
Yeah.
wasn't talking in particular, he was just saying in general, and I understood the concept of what they were trying to say.
Mhm.
And that makes it hard, it's stressful because you used to could just
Yeah.
not have a key to your house, it didn't matter, you could
Yeah.
walk in a latchkey. I mean, I was a latchkey kid.
Mm. Yeah, and then I realized I grew up in a small town, but, we literally never had our door locked. And
Right.
even if we did, there was a small window that anybody could bust out and just reach around and unlock the door. I mean, it was right
Yeah,
next to the doorknob. It that stuff didn't happen back then. But,
no, it didn't.
things have we have, and I don't want to get political, but we have a political system which is it's always been bad. People say,
Yeah,
"Oh, well, it's so much worse." Well, you look back to the 1700s, and some of the yelling that was going on was pretty bad, but it wasn't applied quite the same way as it is now. You see this and I'm not going to take any political side here, but half the country hates the other half, and this half hates that half. I mean, and I'll use the term hate. Maybe that's a little
no,
strong,
hate is
but
not too much, and in fact, I'm glad you brought that up because there's so much hate. There's so
yeah,
much hate.
yeah. And in fact, we
I
see
don't
this even in simple language.
right.
Oh, that's just the haters. Oh, what do the haters say?
The
Oh,
haters, the haters, the haters. You know what?
yeah,
Hate is used too much. We need to replace that with love,
yeah,
kindness, um, appreciation,
yeah.
gratitude. If we do my shirt, I know I'm sitting down, you can't see it, but I know everybody's seen it before. In a world where you can be anything, be kind.
Oh, wow, the eye is transparent too. Nice, I can see
Oh
right through
wow,
you.
what in the world is that? Wait a minute, it's green.
Oh,
What?
interesting.
Wow. Now that's an optical illusion because that's green.
So, yeah, you have you must your, YouTube or
My camera.
your
Look,
stream
it's
yeah, your StreamYard is set up to use a green screen as a transparency.
oh, well, I guess I need to uncheck that. When I don't have one because I don't have
Yeah,
it up.
it looks
Dr.
like a
Zeus.
good, judging from the way how neatly it cut that out,
That's pretty
it's probably
cool,
a
and
good
it's
one.
green. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, I learned something. Go in and check that and check that when I'm not using it.
So now you can tell the doctor he had an X-ray.
I love it. Okay, there
Um,
while you're
oh,
on
good.
that, I wanted to say something really quick on here. Okay, so Janet says my hubby and I got good news today. He had to go for a fine needle aspiration yesterday on his thyroid, and today we got the
Mm,
news it is benign thyroid nodule. Thank God. I am so happy for you, Janet.
mm,
Yes, definitely. Frizzle. Here we go. I stopped consuming any national news. None. No
mm,
TV, YouTube, internet, newspaper, etc. Not a minute. I feel so much happier. My dad asked me if I would rather be right or I would rather be happy.
mm,
Interesting. Wow.
mm.
Interesting. Haven't thought about that one. See, I always want to be informed, but
Mm.
what's really informed?
Yeah.
Brian, that's why I smoke a lot of weed. I love it. Janet says, Gore was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2007, and last year with diabetes. Then this nodule on the thyroid was almost too much for him to deal with. Now we don't have to. Yay. I'm so
Mm.
happy about that. I really am. I'm glad somebody needs some good news. Frizzle says, find the San Andreas fault on a map and you will see my house. Oh, Jesus, no, because 2 hours was a little too close for me. Mr. Joel, life is filled to the brim with stress. For me, I have found that when I feel the zippies, I pet a cat. Works every time, almost. You make me smile.
Really, when you think about it, though,
Puppies and
although
kittens should be available by prescription. I agree, Facebook.
earthquakes don't kill people, things falling on them kill people.
How about when you live in the whatever I live in, the refinery? We're like literally the
Mm.
second on the terrorist watch list to be
Mm,
eradicated from this earth because of all the
yeah,
refineries and the oil and
yeah,
gas industry. So all of the
yeah.
pipelines, that's what scared me to death. The pipelines underground were having earthquakes 2 hours away from me. Those pipelines go way farther than 2 hours from me.
Mm,
So then I'm thinking, okay, now we're going to go boom. Oh, and hurricanes and everything else. So yes. T, I gave up trying to succeed a long time ago.
I'm sorry
T,
to hear that.
please don't. Please don't. You have done so much.
Mm,
I mean, I can't even put into words how much you have done for so many
yeah,
people. That is success to me.
let me see here.
I
I'm
guess
trying
the
to.
man's measure of success, but that is my measure of success, what you're available to do for other people who can't help themselves.
Mm,
And you do that quite well. Lori, I did a test and I'm not an empath, but I can be empathetic.
mm, yeah.
Dispatchership food preface. Lori, I love you. I truly love you. Make me smile every day. You make me smile. When I see you, what right here. All the best to people stressed out. If you use the chat in MHM, I'll pop in if I can and say hello. Thank you for that, Lori. You make
Mm,
me smile. You truly are happy. Really. And look, everybody, Facebook Mom says it takes practice sometimes, but yes, empathy is a great way to connect and
mm,
support. You're
mhm.
always empathetic, Lori. Every time every time I've, you're just amazing. Frizzle. I work part time and usually try and get all my hours into maybe 3 days, but I am having a hard time self regulating for much longer than 4 hours without needing a nap. So I'm switching my schedule. Okay. I know the backstory. I'm not saying a word. It's not my story to tell, but I will say this. I'm happy that you're taking control of your life back. I know it's hard,
Mm,
but you're seeing what you need to do to help yourself. And that is just the insight right there is amazing to me that you are able to do that, especially at this time, because I know what you've went through. Senzi says, I have to stop and remind myself nothing has happened since everything that already happened. If someone wanted to find me, they would have already. Yes. And
and
Carmen,
that
go ahead, Ben.
that earlier point, um, where I've learned to stop trying, that is one of the main. It's like one of three core beliefs that come out of that we can develop coming out of childhood. Learned helplessness, that is often from repeated failure, consistent punishment for trying, a sense that nothing changes. Um, yeah, you have a lot of that in your life. Your brain will learn that trying with learned helplessness, that trying is dangerous or pointless. And that is one of the things, that is one of the defenses, one of the triggers that comes up in childhood a lot of times.
And
That fear,
T
fear
is
of rejection and
amazing.
shame-based programming, you know.
Yeah, and T, she stands up for people that can't stand up for themselves. I mean, she raises oh, her son is amazing. She is an amazing soul. Like T, you, we all see you differently.
Mm,
I wish you could see yourself through my eyes.
mm,
I really do. I really do because there's a lot of people in here that say the same thing. And Sinzu says it's like It's like your brain telling you you can't advance until you have everything figured out. Ben,
Yeah.
that's what you were talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
And then this one, I can so agree. I lock everything and keep security measures near my head. So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
And
And then, yeah. And I wish I could say I didn't, but yeah.
okay, T, I love you. I hope you're still in here to hear this. Please come back and please don't give up. You're an
Mm,
amazing soul.
mm,
Let's see here, Ben. Self plug. Please drop by and check out my post with a super brief synopsis of Johnny Clegg and how I experienced his music. It is relevant. Please
mm,
put your, y'all know this. Please, I'm not even going to say this again. Put your channels in the chat. Please, anytime you're here, always, you put your channels in the chat. If you can't do it, ask a mod. They will do it. I promise you. We are here
mm.
to support everyone and never, you're right, Janet, never give up trying. That's the only time you fail is when
Yeah.
you quit trying.
Yeah. And that's one thing too, is that our brain doesn't necessarily understand the difference
No.
between imagination and what really happens when you imagine, oh, this is going, like, oh, why, social awkwardness, or not awkwardness, oh well, whatever. It's the same way. Our brain starts to think something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen if I do this. Something bad's going to happen, and that's what's going on in your head over and over again.
Mhm.
Your brain, at a certain level, doesn't understand the difference between fiction and reality. What you tell your brain, certain parts of your brain, especially your lower part of your brain, it will accept it as true. And yeah, you can just get caught in a downward spiral to where you can program yourself. That's how self hypnosis works, where you will self hypnotize yourself into I will fail, and you inadvertently somehow, you that's something that's really easy to do, is make yourself fail. And I
I
know
almost
because
did that,
that
Ben.
was my thing.
Me too. I was scared to death. You saw that the first time I come back on here live after being down for so that week. I mean, I
Mm.
really, literally, mentally hit rock bottom, and I'm like, "Oh, geez, can I do
Oh,
this?" And then I went
oh,
3.5 hours, you know? I
oh,
mean,
Jen,
Jen's
Grants.
here and Tiff's here, and I'm
Oh God, I just want to say congratulations to Jen for making bail and being able to get out. And no, I'm kidding. Good grief.
Jen. Oh, thank you, Janet. Yes, please. Thank you, Facebook Mom,
Mm,
for putting yeah, just put the
mm,
channels, literally, y'all do not ever have to ask. And it's true, Keela knows I struggled with something to my wits end until it finally happened, and the result was complete opposite in reality.
mm,
Yes, and
mm.
it's fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
That's another thing. When you're so filled with fear of the unknown. Oh gosh,
Mm.
wait here, Ben. Look, Tiff says, Jen, I will always bail you out. Barbie, thank you. And I didn't say hi to Barbie, and I'm so glad you're here, honey. I just want everybody to know that all this stuff is stuff.
Mm,
It's noise. And the
mm,
only way, I'm not going to say the only way, I'm going to say my way. Let me put it that way. My way. I I fell into the depths of hell for a week. Okay. I didn't know what I wanted, who I was. I mean, all Daryl just kept saying was she's just not in a good place right now. She's just not in a good place right now. I don't think anybody really knew
mm,
how bad it got. Um, and it was totally my fault for letting myself get that way.
mm,
And I know how easy it is to get that way, but it's even harder to get out of it. So now I'm trying
mm,
not to let myself get back where I was
mm.
because it's
Well, yeah,
hard to get out of it.
and everybody goes through times when it's not a popular word, but everybody goes through times where social need becomes pity. I mean, not we're not all islands. We don't. We're not all models of excellent, pristine. I'll use the word pristine
There you go.
physical health. So crap happens.
It
And
does happen. And Janet's right here. Life can be hard. Oh gosh, Jen says, "Are you making content again, Ben Ben?"
I'm hoping that
Oh, look
when the stars align that tomorrow I'll be doing a show again.
look who has graced us with her presence. Dancing in the rain. Funny thing about fear of the unknown. Most everything is unknown at any given time. We just have the perception that most of our lives is known.
Yeah.
Hashtag chaos. The wise woman that I love. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Social anxiety was what I was trying to think of, and
Oh gosh, yeah.
yeah, that's mainly a lot of anxiety is a predictive error that we get. I said we because
Mhm.
we all get social
Oh, I had it
anxiety at some
bad.
point, and it's usually a predictive error where our brain's saying, "Why do this? You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. You're going to screw up. Oh my gosh, what happens when you screw up?" It's like the reason why we're afraid of public speaking. It's not actually public speaking we're afraid of. Everybody has dreams of getting up and being eloquent and all that. It's the social judgment that we'll face if we
I
screw
want
up.
to get Mr. Joel on here one day. Maybe I'll get him to say yes. Come do his public speaking.
Mm,
He is retired and been saying
mm,
no, which I'm very proud of, but
mm,
I just want one yes.
mm. Yeah, yeah, social anxiety is
It does suck, Barbie.
it's an error, and the way to face it is to slow what do you call it? Slow desensitization, gradual desensitization. There was a gal who was afraid of had a phobia of bees. And so all she did was she had bees out in her yard. So one day she just stood outside her door. That's it. Turned around. What you're doing is you're creating evidence. Your brain craves evidence. So you just
Yes.
go outside, you just outside with them. They're still however many feet away. But I went out there and I lived. And then the next day she got closer and closer and moved. That's one thing about bees. You move slowly around bees. You move with confidence. You move slowly. You're fine. In fact, you can, if you're good, I don't advise anybody try this, but if you're good, you can relocate them, but without a bee suit. But I don't advise anybody try that.
Right? But that's what my therapist did to me when I was afraid to go to the grocery store. Like, I
Mm,
just had to pull in the parking lot
yeah,
and leave.
yeah, same
Then
concept.
the next time I had to open my door, shut it and leave. It was very slow, but
Mm.
it was progress every time I could do that and see that nothing was gonna happen to me. And then
You
the
ever,
next time I had to take a step out of my car, get back in it, leave.
mm,
I did this so I can go inside a grocery store again, and that
did
helped
you
me.
did you get agoraphobia or?
I got locked the country and I'm not being political.
Oh,
I
okay.
got locked the country down. I
Okay.
mean, you're talking to somebody that's in Nashville, was in Nashville 2, 3 times a year, every year with millions of people
Mm,
and never I mean, I was the most social butterfly you'd ever met. Now?
mm,
Now it's, I haven't been back, but there's
mm.
multiple things that she's if they have the confidence, tools, strategies, resources, and supports in place, they will be good. Yes, and
The
that's what my therapist said. Oh gosh, wait, Janet
Yeah.
said, "Ben, that depends on how many bees are present, one or a
Yeah.
lot." Oops. Jen Marie
Yeah.
says, "For grocery shopping, may I suggest earbuds and music? It helps me do it." Now, well, my problem is no. Okay,
Well,
so Tiff, wait, you're right about this, Tiff. I did walk out. I had my first blown panic attack actually in Walmart.
mm,
I didn't understand what my mom meant about having panic attacks. I never had one. The only aisle I could find that had no one in it was the baby aisle. I pulled in there. My cart was full. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I finally got a grip on myself and then I walked out without anything. I just left it there and walked out. But it took everything in me to take each step towards that exit. And I
mm,
feel like I just ran to my car. I don't remember. That's how
mm,
bad it was. But I got out of there. So I understand that.
mm.
But now I'm more of the let me order online. Well, lately other issues, but let me order online. Walmart app, best thing since sliced bread to me.
And
That's
that
not
and that kind of gradual approach is what I was referring to earlier, because what happens is you get out, you open a door, you close it.
mhm,
Your brain can look back and say, "Oh, I did that and I lived.
mhm.
So now I can open a door, take a foot out, and next time you take, so many steps, you can look back and say, "Oh, well, I took this many steps and I lived through it." So yeah, your brain craves evidence too. And,
Let's see. Janet said, "What caused the panic attack, Keela? Do you know in the moment?" No, I didn't. That's the first time I'd ever had one. I
mm,
mean, I knew I had anxiety. I've had anxiety, but I mean, this was like a full blown. I was pouring sweat, soaking wet,
mm,
had tears coming out of my eyes, and then I just kind of went black. If that makes sense. Like I don't remember. I just remember when I finally caught my breath. I didn't want anybody to see me. So I went down the one aisle I could find, and then I held onto that buggy so tight that I had marks in my hand from holding on to it. And when I could finally breathe and let go, all I remember is just I kept telling myself, "You can make it outside. You can make it outside." And I don't remember when I hit that exit door, if I ran, if I walked, if I jogged. I just wanted my car. And when I got in there and sat down, I felt like I had ran a marathon. I was so
mm,
exhausted. And I don't know what caused it. I don't know. It was a lot.
mm,
And it just happens. So panic attacks, anxiety, all the stuff, we've got to learn we can survive these things.
mm. Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
We have to make ourselves I'm standing here, and this is why I said advocating for our chosen family. Because yeah, it just came up on me and I don't know why. That was the weirdest thing ever. Now I've had several anxiety attacks since then, and Ben here has helped me. Now from here on out, I know what to do.
Mm,
And he was amazing at it. And what I want him to give y'all advice he gave me about the brain. But let's see, Senzu. When I was younger, I remember asking myself, "Mom, what if I'm the person the next random killer decides to kill one day just because I'm there? It's all because of the movie Stand By Me." Of all movies. Come on, Senzu, of all movies. So Ben, I want you to share the advice that you shared with me because you have saved my life. You have improved my quality of life more than I will ever be able to thank you for.
well, I don't remember specifically which one I told
It
you
was
on
about
this.
making yourself get out of the brain and
Oh,
get
okay.
into that's why I do the math. And since I pass out
Yeah.
from panic attacks,
Okay.
it's super fun, Frizzle
Okay.
says.
Okay. Yeah. Because I remember I told you different things. Of course, there's deep breathing, but yeah, when you're in panic mode, it's amazing. And I did this myself when I was panicking about over the computer crisis. It was
Hang on,
now I
Ben.
remember it
Ben,
was my hard disk failing.
I don't mean to
But
interrupt you, but I do have to say goodbye to our Mr. Joel.
mm,
He must take six. I hope that all of us have the best weekend of our life. See you all down the road. Joel, thank you for being here.
mm,
I sincerely, and you too. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Okay, go ahead.
mm,
I'm sorry, Ben.
but oh no, don't be this is informal.
Hmm.
One of the things, and it's actually kind of funny when you find yourself in a panic mode, and this is funny how this can kick you out. Try doing math. Try,
I did it.
if you have to use paper,
Man.
but you can do it in your head even. But it was why I'm laughing was when my drive failed and I found out that IT didn't hook up the backup solution we had wasn't ever turned on, which that's kind of an oversight, I think. Maybe I'm being picky.
Right?
Uh, but but it was funny. This is one of the things that I use to help kick me out, deep breathing and all that. But to get your brain quickly online, try doing math. And
It
I wrote
works.
out, I wrote out, I don't remember what it was. It was something simple, 15 times 1,000. That's easy. Just add zeros.
Hmm.
I could not do it to save my life. And it actually caused me to start laughing, which then kicks me out further because what you're doing is you're kicking out of the emotional brain and back into you're re-engaging that logical center in your prefrontal cortex.
There
You're
you
trying to
go.
get out of that lizard brain that's down in your amygdala and all that out of your feeling centers into your logical centers. And yeah, those our emotional center and our logical center, they're always on, but they're on at different amounts. And by trying to force yourself to do math, you can cause more electricity to go to the thinking center, which then starts to take over.
And it
But
works. Janet,
yeah,
have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. Jimena, I'm so glad you're here. And Dar, she says, you have to retrain your brain.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
and you don't, every it's like it's a muscle.
Yeah.
Every time you go through it, it will eventually get easier and easier. It's like, oh my gosh, you mean I have to do this every time? No, eventually it will get easier and easier where you see yourself in that emotional state. You'll be able to pull yourself out by, doing something a little more simple, looking left or right, for example,
Square roots.
getting that brain going.
Square
Yes.
roots. Square roots. I
Um,
did square roots. I just started doing them in my head, in my head, in my head. I heard Ben saying this. Jimena, have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you stopped in. Yeah, I just started doing square roots. Like
mm,
literally, it's my, I have physical proof of this. My watch had my heart rate at over 130 and it was
mm,
literally down to 68
mm.
when it come down. I was like, wow, Ben's a
And
genius.
and no, I'm just lucky. But yeah, and I realize when you're going through a panic attack, I've had a panic attack, and at the time, it's very easy to get, very consumed in that, and that was long before I've even went through counseling, which of course since then I've learned a lot more. But now I use that as a quick guide because it's easy at the time. Like, oh my gosh, my heart rate's increasing. Why? Why
Yes.
am I having a heart attack? Oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. I'm going to die. Oh my gosh, I'm going to
Yeah.
die. Well, then how am I going to, all these illogical thoughts start entering your brain, furthering getting out of the neocortex and upper part of our brain. We start to go lower and lower, and we start to feed that in a condition that's already wanting to feed that. Yeah, it's like heat causes resistance, resistance causes heat.
Mhm.
You get caught in a loop, and yeah, we just go down a downward spiral. It is surprising how easy it is to get out of it, but at the time, you don't realize you're having. A lot of times, the first step to even getting over a panic attack is realizing you're
That
having a panic attack. And some people, that's a battle in itself.
I kind of realize it whenever I know, wait a minute. Okay. I can't catch
Mm,
my breath.
mm,
I immediately look at my watch going, what's my heart rate? You know, and
mm,
then that's a telltale sign for me that something is off. And then I literally Ben. I mean, I guess I did retrain my brain, Dart, because Ben is the first thing that pops in my mind, and I start doing math. I just start doing square roots or subtraction or just the easiest one plus,
mm,
thinking to myself, 1 + 1 is 2. I mean, just even as
yeah,
simple as that. It's just it
yeah,
gets you out of that part of your brain. And I did it long enough. I did square roots until I couldn't think of anymore. And then I started to do subtraction and just little bitty
mm,
numbers, just anything to make me think. And then before I knew it, I wasn't thinking about the emotional anxiety attack. I'm watching my heart rate go down. Oh, well, I
mm,
didn't tell you. Well, evidently you worked, Ben, because I was 105 6 minutes ago. Now I'm 90. But it
mm,
literally worked.
mm,
I mean, it
mm.
works.
Now,
It
if you can't do math, well, yeah,
You don't have
you
to
don't have
do
to do you're not doing trigonometry or
no, I just
geometry
had
or
the
anything.
first thing that came to my mind
Mm,
was, okay, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is I started doing that,
mm,
3 times 3, 4 times 4. I mean, just
yeah,
literally did that until
mm,
it went away, and it's amazing how it works. It does go
and
away, but I had to retrain my brain, and Dar was right about that.
if you find like, like, of course, looking down at it, I can see how wrong I was. It was a 15 times 1,000, and I can't remember what I wound up with, like 150,000, I think, is what it was.
But it
Um,
got you out of that.
yeah, that then laughing at it, but if you find like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do math, then fine, then go to addition, go to subtraction,
Go
uh, try to
count.
Yeah, you can count, you can try spelling.
Mhm.
How do you spell, if you can't how do you spell the name of your car? Um,
Yeah. Anything
something
to
like
that
that.
logical part of your mind out of the emotional
Yeah,
part, and it's absolutely it works. But
yeah,
I guess it took me a while, but my word is "been," because when I know that I'm having them, "been,"
mm,
and then I immediately remember what to do,
mm,
and it works, guys, it works,
mm,
he's a genius. My panic attacks are always existential, I hate it, like, if I don't do this right now, I'm never gonna succeed, I'm going to go crazy, I'm going to stay like this, the stress is going to kill me,
mm,
and then when you come out of them, you're still here,
yeah,
because I think we all actually really feel like that in the middle of one.
yeah,
Even though sometimes I don't remember, but I'm just saying I just start doing bin. Bin is my word, and
mm.
I pull it down and work and get out of that. It
There
does
was a there was a football show, and I wish I could remember the name of it. It was on, like, Cinemax or something like that, the paid channel that, Aria, or not our REA, a different one.
mhm.
Um, they introduced me to it, and part of the show was this football coach who he moves to England and he starts teaching soccer. And, okay, that's kind of interesting. But one of the things I really loved about the show is he suffers panic attacks and they show what it's like because he's just out there and they're showing it from his POV. And all of a sudden you stop hearing everything. You hear heart boom, boom, boom,
Yes,
boom. And then, the
yes,
vision gets closed in and things like that.
and that's
And
the truth.
all you can hear is his breathing and it's portraying him have a panic attack. They never tell you that's what, not several shows later they say, okay, you're having panic attacks, but I really love the way they frame it because, yeah, to a
Yeah,
lot of people, oh, you're just having a panic attack, oh, you're just panicking. Ted Lasso, yes.
there you go,
I,
Senzu.
yeah, I absolutely love their portrayal of it though, because he's trying to function and he just runs to the what do you call it, locker room, because he just can't function. But yeah, that it works. And if you find like yeah, you can't count how many letters are in your name,
I like how what
something like
Dar
that.
just said. The spelling in my car, None. Okay, Dar, that was a good one.
But yeah, that is one of the, yeah. And I'm sorry, I just completely forgot the instance that you were talking about
No,
is
no,
all.
but I mean, that's you're
But
absolutely right that it
yeah,
does help. It all gets everything because
yeah,
I don't know what everyone else feels or sees when they have one. I know that mine have become less and less.
mm,
Very thankful for that. Um,
yeah.
trying to
And
regulate. I'm trying to regulate. Now,
mm,
I found that my bits of anger, which not usual for me, have become
mm,
more and more. Like I'm very opinionated here at home. Daryl's probably not liking that side of me because I've been very opinionated, not at him or anything, but just something if I see it on TV or I don't even watch TV, I watch YouTube, like on my TV.
mm,
And I'm like so opinionated now about stuff that I used to always just, be seen and
mm,
not heard, just be quiet. I'm always been the listener. And now
mm,
I've just kind of started voicing my opinion. I'm like, oh crap.
mm. Have they
Okay,
checked?
wait. I just posted my first video. I need feedback. Apollonia, does somebody have her channel link? The Apollonia show? Can we get it? Barbie, I know would be looking
Mm,
for that. I'm so happy for you. The
mm,
Apollonia show posted the first video. Yay. We will get your link up there shortly. But another thing is, wait, hang on. Senzu says, it's exactly like that. When mine happened, I can't talk, I can't blink, and my lungs feel like they're collapsing. The only thing I can do is move, and usually that results in me telling on myself.
mm,
That is the truth.
yeah,
That is the truth. Like that's how I feel. And I'm like, and I couldn't even move at first, but now it's just like I guess because when they were happening, now I've regulated that part. Now I'm working on this new this new thing about my opinions, they don't
Hmm.
matter, but yet here I am.
Your
Here I
opinions matter.
am.
Your
Oh, no.
opinions matter to you.
Oh, Lori, looks. Lori's so sweet. Um, no, my opinions actually are coming from I don't know where because they're not me. They're weird. It's
Gonna
weird.
be
It's like,
well, you are on a lot of medication right now, aren't you?
oh yeah, too
Mm.
much. Especially in the mornings.
Well,
It's my breakfast basically because I'm full by the time I'm through taking them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're still healing from a lot of stuff. I'm wondering if that would.
7 weeks away out of surgery and 6 weeks out of the hospital. I have hit a great point. I'm getting better.
Yeah, what I went through was nothing compared to what you had, and like I said, the medication they had me on, I was having all sorts of and it wasn't necessarily even the side effect of each individual medication, my antibiotic, but now I'm just down to the one blood thinner, not blood thinner, diuretic,
Mhm.
and my high blood pressure medication, which is now in a patch. Um,
What talk to me about that.
they're and I'm loving it. So
I'm sick of pills.
I was taking what was it called? It's also used for ADHD of all things, but what was it? Clonidine. Good grief, my memory's in
Oh,
the toilet.
clonidine? I have clonidine in there for my, actually clonidine I have as it's a secondary to my metoprolol, and it is if the metoprolol doesn't work, I can take up to 2 milligrams or zero point 0.1 milligrams of clonidine. Um, it's
Mhm.
only for not emergency, but if it's too high, the parameters are too high and still haven't come
Yeah.
down, I can take 2 of them a day. Um,
Mm,
and then if that don't work, it's time to call the doctor
mm,
because that's pretty much my last step of what I can do at home.
yeah.
But my
Well,
blood pressure's been pretty good lately. I
mm,
haven't had to take clonidine lately, so I'm
mm. Well, yeah, and I like clonidine because of lack of sides.
Hey,
Um,
Misha.
but it one of the side effects it does have, it causes me is sleepiness. So
Headache? Do you get a headache from it?
nah, I don't get
See, I
any, but
do. It's kinda like, the nitro. It's kinda like gives me a headache.
oh my gosh. Yeah, and
But
I was talking to my cardiologist about it. He says, "Well, since there's a gazillion drugs we can give you, but since you respond well to this, it just makes you tired. We're going to give it to you in a patch." 'Cause it turns out a patch quantity, one of the unfortunate things about it is it's very spiky. It
it
gives
is.
you a
It's
lot of
got a
results,
short
and then
half-life.
then it
Yes.
drops right
Very
off.
short half-life, yes.
And part of the side effects of it is, of course, fatigue, at least for me. And he said, "Oh, let's put you on a patch one a week,
That is
and
something
this,
I've never heard of.
and it's much more leveled out." And they started me at the lowest dose
The
possible,
zero
and
point 0.1?
yeah, and now
Yeah,
we might have to raise me up one, but he
yeah.
wanted to see where I'm at. But it's definitely really helped.
Ben, I'm glad you told me that. I really honestly did not know that they would give clonidine as a primary.
I I
That's
don't
amazing
know.
to me because we've always used it as the secondary
Oh,
just in
interesting.
case. Yes, because my parameters have to be 160/90. If they haven't come down with the metoprolol, then I take that.
Hmm,
If it's not 160/90, don't take it. Because
hmm,
the short half-life, I know it works, and like you said, then it boom.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Senzu said, "I've become familiar, Keela, and I think it's a way of lashing out to establish boundaries instead of doing them silently. I do them because I know if the right people see it or hear it, they stay away." Oh gosh, I hope not. Lori, I've been opinionated, maybe dysregulated, and not so nice at all. Because when people have done rotten things to me, I am not so gentle calling them out. Been a heck of a year. Lori, you have all right to say what you need to say when you need to say it, and I'm with you all the way. Misha, hello.
Oh, Misha.
How
Ned in
are
the house. Hey,
you?
Ned. Nice to see you. I call Awakened by the Looking Glass and Ned, y'all. So if you don't know that, Ned in the house. Always nice to see you, Ned.
Yeah, that was a
I
bit
love it,
long, but
Ben. I love it. Oh, I love you too, Mish. Hey, Tiff, I feel like my life is driven by meds. Okay, you're not the only one. We can get in that same. we can get in that same thing. That's an oldie, but a goodie.
Yeah, that was, and I think I've told you about Tara. She's had
Yeah.
an amazing life. Yeah, biomedical engineer that became labor traffic, lived in her car for 5 years, became a drug addict, got herself out of that, and she's now doing peer support.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
good. And that's one thing too, that because of the communities, and I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but
Yeah.
we're kind of used to fake redemption stories, but for every fake one, I think you can find a real one. And
Yes.
it's important to, remember or hold those people up and, yeah, use them as
Absolutely.
example.
Absolutely, Ben. Yes. Because if we don't, who will?
Yeah.
I
And,
mean,
they're good sources of information. I'm different than you,
yeah.
obviously, but how did you make it out? How, tell me what worked for you kind of thing.
Misha says she's an incredible woman and inspiration, and she is the one who spawned not only Ned but Vicky too.
Oh yes, Vicky, her sourdough. Yes. People who do sourdough apparently name it. But yeah, getting back to a point I was making is I was
Yeah.
on all these different medications and it
Ugh.
wasn't it
Yeah.
wasn't just the side effects of them, but then there was the side effects you had when you're clashing with each other and they, taking this which causes this which causes B. You put them together, you get A, B, and then you get an unknown C side effect. Yeah, that caused me all sorts of issues. And
Meds are your
I
friend, Senzu. And then Carnosol says I run a mini pharmacy of my own for me. Me too. But here's the thing about what you're saying, Ben. So I'm taking diuretics to pull the fluid off. I'm taking potassium and magnesium to put the electrolytes back in, so I don't cramp up. Let's see. I mean, this is just it's like a runaway train. It's like, does it ever freaking stop? I guess when our body starts doing it itself, maybe if it ever will again. I don't know.
Oh, I did not know that at Carnival.
I know, right? Let's
Oh,
see.
I won't
Paige,
be.
hey, how are you? I am partial
Oh,
to biomedical.
okay, I get it.
Hey, Paige, welcome here. And Barbie, problem is when you need meds to counteract the meds you're taking. That's exactly right. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. It's like, okay, so I took all 21 of my meds.
Woo.
Dar, I wish I knew how you got down to one because I really need to be down to one.
Yeah.
The have to get labs, of course, every week because of the kidney, making sure my potassium and all that stuff is good. And here's the thing. I take so much
Mhm.
dosage. I'm down to one diuretic, but it's 100 milligrams. Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm like running to the bathroom all the time. So I know I'm
Mhm.
holding fluid if I'm not running to the bathroom all the time. I
Yeah.
weigh every morning, same time, same thing, um, and I've noticed that the more I've been working out on the treadmill and everything, trying to get, my cardio up, um, I am depleting those other things quite a lot. But if I stop taking the diuretics, I start swelling again. So you're danged if you do, you're danged if you don't. I'm trying to get my body to do it for itself.
Yeah.
And I tried
Well,
to back off a little bit of them and it didn't work. I started gaining.
yeah.
But I will be happy to say, I will say this, that when I went into the hospital, I was 188 pounds down. Now that was up from 122, what I was used to being. Okay.
Mm.
I am back down to 165.
Mm.
And that has
A
been
good.
holding. So
Yeah.
it's not a fluid up and down. So I guess the treadmill every day is not doing me wrong.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's always good to get that heart rate up and well, in that fashion. But yeah, and that's one thing to always remember is like with me, I was on 7.
Mhm.
Right now I'm on 3 because of antibiotic, but eventually I'll fall back to just a patch. But
Thank you, Mish.
know that that's not, in your case, that's not permanent. That just to help
Hopefully
you through
not.
this
Let's hope
period.
it's not. Let's hope my kidney will
Yeah,
maybe
you
go to
also, yeah,
functioning.
you've been through a lot. You've been through the ringer.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
all right. You know what? I think I've learned just to let it go. I mean,
mm,
literally, that when I was really down at my worst. Thank you, Barbie. Thank you, Mish. When I was down at my worst, like in that mental state last week, I really, I said, you hit rock bottom and you only have
mm,
one way up. And we
mm,
can do hard things, Mish. Yes, we can. You only have one way to go, and that's up. And when enough people that love you, that truly love you, are telling you, get your butt up, you're not going to go down any further. I'm like thinking to myself, you don't even know how far down I am. I couldn't go any further. Literally,
mm,
that's what I was thinking to myself. Did I say
mm,
that? Hell no. But did I think that? Yes. But it made me think, what have I done? And it was so hard. And she's right. We can do hard things. That was the hardest thing I've ever done, is to pull myself up out of that. That's
mm,
why all of this pain that all of our community's going through is hurting so bad. Empath doesn't help. But I also have learned that I don't have to carry all that weight on my shoulders. I want to help. I want to advocate. I want to be here for people. I want
mm,
people to stop carrying all this weight on their own also. We are
mm.
here. We're here.
And
And you just have to lean on people that love you and that accept you. You were quoting me, I know, but we can do hard things. A special shout out to Misha for also helping me through some psycho freakazoid panic attacks. You know what, Sinzu? Your words of wisdom have reached beyond anything. So thank you for being here.
I think, yeah, and I really wish they'd come up with a different term for panic attacks, because the word, to somebody who hasn't had one, you tend to think of, well, you're panicking over nothing. It's like, oh my gosh, you're worried about if a fire is going to start or something. I'm just using that as an example. And it's like, no, that's not it at all. I mean, like in my case, I was perfectly calm. Then all of a sudden, I'm having a heart attack. I mean, that was quite a few years ago, and since then, I figured out what it was, and it wasn't glaringly obvious to me at the time. It's not like I was working in defense contracting at the time, which was a little stressful. Um,
Right?
had had white hair when I was 30, um, but
Tiff's got one
uh,
for you. I keep thinking, should I stay or should I go now?
yeah, where is that? I have. Oh, come on. Um, oh well, but yeah, and that's not it at all. It's kind of oh come on, I out of here. Um, yeah, but it's in this. It has an unfortunate name, and maybe it's aptly named because that's what your body's in. But it's
Let's
not
see.
like you're cognitively. It pops up at the weirdest times. It's like I'm not under
Exactly, like you're in the
stress.
middle of Walmart and not knowing anything is
Yeah,
wrong, and then bam.
yeah. I mean, you would, nobody would be surprised if, like, it's the first time public speaking or something like that, or you wake, the dream of going back to high school and you're naked or something like that. Of course, that would be no surprise. But yeah, for most people, it comes up at you're sitting there. In my case, I'm sitting there just working on a computer, like what? That makes no sense. But yeah, I talked to a doctor. Yeah, that's what it was, a panic attack. It's like, holy crap, doc.
I know, it's
Uh,
like, what? And it feels like a heart attack when
yeah,
your chest closes in and you're just like,
no,
and let's see, this one, I just asked my friend Gemini. Okay. I said, give me another term for panic attack. While people often use the term anxiety attack to describe a similar experience, it's important to note that anxiety attack is not a formal medical term. A panic attack is a specific medical event with distinct characteristics. Other terms that can be used to describe the experience of a panic attack, though they may not be medically precise, include panic, fit of terror, or scare.
no. In my case, I didn't even realize I was even I didn't realize I wasn't scared at the time. Of course, I was scared as a result of it, like
Mhm.
boom, 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 boom. Okay, this is something new. This has novelty. What is this about? Something's wrong. What could be wrong? Heart attack. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack. And then you go down that spiral. Oh my gosh, how am I? If I die here, then, all these illogical thoughts start popping in your head. Who's going to feed my dog? How am I going to get my car out of here? Well, if you die, you don't have to worry about the car so much now, do you? But that's kind of illustrative of the point. Your logical brain is then completely offline,
Yeah.
and that's why dreams. That's why oftentimes in dreams you can do things like fly or telekinesis or all these different things, is
Here's
because
Senzu's dream. Can you read that?
don't get me started on my dreams. Had a dream the other night. I had a pallet of ice cream. A pallet of ice cream melt in my bedroom, and right outside was management waiting to yell at me to leave, for leaving it in there. Yeah, and that's why dreams have that weird quality, because what happens is the reasoning center doesn't really go offline completely, but it gets less electricity, and as that gets less electricity, that leaves your amygdala to start running a little more electricity. And the same thing happens in a panic attack. It's your emotional centers kicked on. But the thing about panic attack, you don't realize it. Same thing with a dream. When
Mhm.
you do have enough electricity in your prefrontal to engage, to to turn on, and you're still asleep, which is a hard balance to reach, that's when you get a vivid or not yeah, vivid dream, or what do they call a vivid dream? Where you're able to then know you're dreaming, and then you're able to start employing, oh, I'm going to give myself $1 million. Okay, instead of being poor, now I got $1 million at my disposal. Or instead of facing off unarmed, now I have a rocket launcher. That kind of thing.
Explain to me one thing,
Mm.
because I don't dream, or let me go lucid dreams. Yeah, Lori.
No, lucid. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
Barbie says, "Ben, it's called lucid dreaming. I do it all the
yeah,
time." Okay, so
yeah.
I never used to remember my dreams unless they were. I didn't think I dreamt. I really don't, because I don't think I ever got enough REM. Like
Mm,
insomnia, really bad. That was before hospital sickness, all that. I'd still never dreamt. And then waking up every 2 hours, you don't have time to dream. But
mm,
since I've been home, and it's becoming more and more because I am sleeping. Like I'm
mm,
going to bed on time. Well, society's time, but I have learned to change that. The ADHD stuff, I'm working on that, and I'm going to bed when Daryl goes to bed. I go to bed. Um, I've actually been taking my glasses off, not grabbing the TV remote, not grabbing my iPad, and I've been going to sleep.
yeah, yeah.
So now he says that I am even 5 minutes into my sleep, I'm screaming or I'm yelling or I'm talking.
Mm,
I don't remember it. I don't know what I'm saying or what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm dreaming. But I'm assuming it's a dream because why would I be
yeah,
yelling or talking in my sleep? But
yeah.
I've never done that before. And he said that it's becoming like every night. And I don't understand that because I've never had that before. So that's a change in my brain.
Mm. Do you daydream?
No,
Really?
no,
You
no.
don't get pictures in your head when you're completely bored and you're waiting there and you're like, okay, I wonder what it would be like to,
Nope.
wow, interesting.
No. And I don't know the whole thing on that, but I could probably put that to a few different reasons, but
Mm,
probably too many screens in our hands all the time. That
yeah.
probably is not helping.
Yeah.
Um,
There's been multiple studies that showed blue light in particular, which is monitors.
yeah, I make sure all that's off as much as possible because it gives me a headache. So yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
my glasses have that. But see, I'd never dreamed before. The times that I remember that I dreamed were real. I don't care. Y'all can believe what you want. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want to call me. You'll never make me not believe what I'm fixing to tell you. They have been specific dreams of like my dad that was unalived here in the town
Mm.
I live in. Okay, my stepdad that raised me, I call him that. Um, I was physically, literally hugging him. I ran to him for the first time in forever since he's been gone. I felt my dad. I physically felt him there. I put my arms around him. I was jumping into his arms. He said, "Hey, baby." And I heard his voice, saw his face, felt him, kissed him on the cheek. And then Daryl woke me up because
Mm.
he said he didn't know if I was having a seizure or what because I was running and like my body was jerking. And I was so mad because he woke me up and he took me away from my dad.
Mm.
I was so mad at him. I was like, "You took me away from him. That's the first time I've seen him in so many years." I literally believe he was there. I mean, I touched him,
Mm.
I smelt him, I felt him. I haven't done that in years. The other
Mm.
one this last year was my friend Taylor that she died in a car accident. You know, this thing, my friend that was a country singer. And she literally, we were talking. I remember the conversation. We were talking about, and she said, "Tell my mom that I'm okay and that my kids, they're going to be okay. Just don't let them forget me." And she was, I mean, we were having a conversation. I told her, I said, "Tay, I will never let your kids forget you. Your music lives on forever and you live on forever in your children." She said, "But my mom needs the most help right now. She's not doing great."
Mm.
And I immediately, when I woke up, and she told me, she said, "I love you. I'm in the greatest place ever. I'm happy. I'm at peace." She assured me all these things. That
Mhm.
conversation was so real. And when
Mhm.
I woke up, I remember every bit of it. I called Kayla, her mom, immediately. And I said, "Tay's going to be okay. Tay's fine. She's worried about you." And she said, "Keela, I was wondering when you were going to call me." She said, "I think I've not been receiving her." She said, "But I
Mm.
knew you would." So
Mm.
that's kind of an, I mean, it's weird the way that
Yeah.
just if there's things that are unexplained, and
Yeah.
I'm telling all of you that I believe that they came in my dreams for a reason. That's the only
Yeah.
2 dreams I remember. Rest
Oh,
of
yeah,
it, if I dream, I don't know.
there's been a couple cases. In fact, there's I wish I could remember the name of the channel, but it's where I got a lot of the examples for tomorrow's show. There's NDEs, then there's ADCs, which are after death communication. And I
I
thought,
totally believe that's what that was.
and at first I like digging into the stuff because it's stuff that I don't necessarily, I started out not believing, and then it's like, well, this is challenging I just love taking up contradictory stuff, and it's like, okay, am I going to form a new belief around this? But yeah, there was one case I'm thinking of it instantly, or that comes to mind, that there was a guy, it was pretty close, the same thing, where he, or I think it was a woman, but yeah, she fell asleep and she knew she was like halfway in, halfway out, and she saw what she believed was her grandfather, come up
Mhm.
to her side of the bed. She said then she was able to fall completely asleep, and she knows it was a dream, but she said it was really vivid imagery. Most of the times in dreams, things are a little blurry. It's
Mhm.
like, your detail is like wrapped within an area like this big. This stuff is all kind of blurry. You know it's there, but you don't really know what it looks like, kind of thing. She said it was all crystal clear. It followed a logical progression. A lot of times in dreams, what you have is you'll be walking and all of a sudden you're there. This doesn't follow a complete timeline. It's like there's skips and stops in there. Um, and that her grandfather, and this is a really weird one because what was it? I'm trying to remember the exact instance. Her grand her mother and her grandfather, his wife died, so it was only her and him. Well, she was a little kid. She walked out of the room after he died. She secretly took her grandfather's wristband off of the hospital. She
Mhm.
snipped it off as a memento and, kept it. She did not, her mother, the girl's mother, did not
Mhm.
tell her she took the band off. Okay, so in this dream, her grandfather, this little girl had absolutely, well, of course, she's grown up at this point, but she had no idea any of that happened. She said her grandfather told her, tell your mother 808-18-23 and remember these numbers. Remember these numbers. And she said, okay, I'll remember those numbers. No, repeat them back to me. Remember these numbers. This is part of the dream. And she came out and she remembered it all, which, typically when you have a dream, it lasts for an hour or two, which is why people keep dream journals. They write it down as quickly as they can to try to learn, what are my dreams telling me? Try to do that while your brain remembers it. And because it'll soon forget if it's a dream. But she remembered it throughout the day, called her mother, talked to her, and she said, yeah, my grandfather told me to tell you these numbers. And she read off the numbers. She said, hold on real quick. And her mother went into the room where she kept the bracelet from the hospital. And sure enough, you had all the, you have a bunch of annotations on there. Some of it makes sense, like your name and things like that, the hospital, doctor, and all that. But there was this one line of numbers at the bottom, and that was the numbers that her grandfather told her. And there's no way this kid would have known that.
No.
There's been several instances of that, and they classify that as after death communication, but nobody really knows what.
Well, that's how I felt. I'm telling you, that's how I felt. I felt. Well, I don't remember my dreams. I couldn't even write 5 minutes in Carnosaur. I don't even have that. I don't remember. I never remember a dream. And I don't know if it's got to do with the seizures, like the brain misfiring, things like that. I mean, I could put it up to whatever. I don't know. I don't remember my dreams is the bottom line. Except those two are the most vivid. And they were I remember them like to this day. And it's been months and probably a year since my dad in March when I had that one about Tay. And it was so real that I remember him to this day. I can tell you everything that was said in them. I can tell you what he was wearing, what she was wearing, what she looked like, what he looked like. I can feel like I said, I was running and I just grabbed meds too. Tip, that's a good one. That might be too. I mean, I literally put my arms around him, and that's what I was doing, was running like a child, jumping in his arms. And I felt him touch me. And he kissed me. And then when Daryl woke me up, because God helped him, thought I was having a seizure. He didn't know, because he said, I don't ever move like that in my sleep. I was kicking and running, and obviously he didn't know what was going on. I was so mad because I was like, you took my dad away. But that's not, that wasn't true. It wasn't his fault. But I had that. That was real. I mean, call it what you want. It was real. And it was real to me. But what Tay told me, when I called her mom, she said, she confirmed. She was like, I haven't been able to connect with Tay. I've been so angry about her death, this and that. And I'm like, whoa, that kind of gave me, plus the specifics that Tay told me, there's no challenging that. She was spot on. She mentioned I'm not going to say her children's name on here, but she mentioned her son and her daughter and her mother. And just literally, it was real as real would ever get, as her and I at 2:00 in the morning when she's calling me, giving me another song track, And I think we missed something way up here that I wanted to, Danson said, I have been to a medium and I am a skeptic. She came up with specific things about my dad that no one would know except him, me, and my mom. Yes, I do believe people have that gift. I've had I've had prophetic dreams before. Apparently, there are so many of us that have had the same dream. Those of us in the GATE program were discussing dreams on a thread, and there were at least 4 of us. Oh, wow. I dreamed the Challenger the day before it happened. Weird. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let's see. Hey, all from Northern Maine. I don't usually speak it. Time to join in, I guess. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you did. Hello. Everybody speak up. We are here to help if we can.
And
Yes.
it's it's like there's a lot of stuff about dreams we don't quite understand. There is a little bit, very little, but the one dream that you hear about, well, not dream, but people report it as something else. They'll talk about a man, or it depends upon if you're religious or not, but you will see different things. Some people see aliens, some people see demons, some people see, a very dark figure. But there's this one recurrent dream where what happens is you're paralyzed. You can't do anything. Your eyes are open. You see this person walk in. He sits on top of you and he starts to do something. And then finally, or usually what happens is they then turn around, walk out, or you snap out of it. A lot of times, what causes that is your brain. It's kind of like when you have anesthesia in a hospital, you have painkiller and a paralytic. Your
Hmm.
brain does the same thing. It'll give you a paralytic. Well, sometimes you come to consciousness before that paralytic is out. There's a slight amount of time where this is going on, but then your amygdala's kicked in, and what it will cause is just, and this happens a lot in these dreams too, or in this sequence, where they'll have an impending sense of doom. I mean, just a supernatural sense of evil, doom, or something. And what that is it's the amygdala kicking on at an increased rate. And so what happens is you can't move. Your logical brain starting to come online, starting to, but not quite there. You can't move, and yet your amygdala's got all this electricity going to it. It's imagining doom. So then what happens is, well, I have this doom state, I have all this stuff going on, something must be wrong. Your brain will then start to envision the old hag, the alien, whatever
Hmm.
that comes to you when you're paralyzed. But yeah, a lot of times that's what that causes that. And
Wow.
that's a whole thing in and of itself. But then you have all this unexplained uh ADC, and a lot of that stuff happens to people who've been through NDEs as well. They go through
Look,
an NDE, then they have instances like what you're describing.
yeah, look, Misha says the shadow man. I don't know if you're trying to
Yeah.
scare me or not, Mish, but you know how I feel about that right now. The shadow, anyway. My shadow. T, what? No jumping. I'm exhausted. The energy outside the door is thick. You fit
Mm.
right in, my dear.
Yeah, no,
So,
this can happen to you inside of a dream, not without without the terror aspects. But a
mhm.
lot of times, I mean, you're dreaming, and it's like I'm trying to yell and I can't yell. I keep trying, I keep trying. You will A lot of times you will finally yell, but that will snap you out. And what that is slightly different level, but um, or you're trying to run, you can't run, your feet are frozen, and you're trying to move your legs, or you're trying to sit up, you're trying to do something in your dream, and you just keep trying, you can't do it. But then you finally break free and you wake up. Well, what's usually happening there is, again, that paralytic's kicking in, your body's trying to move, but you're in that fuzzy state between dream and consciousness. Things get out of sync, and that happens a lot too. You don't necessarily have the terror aspect of
I'm
the
just wondering if maybe, like, because of my seizures, like, all my life since I was 5, has
Mm,
I know that my brain overfires.
yeah.
That's what causes them. I'm just wondering if maybe that is affecting the dream state because I don't, like I said, I don't remember. If I dream, I don't remember it.
Yeah, and
Everybody's like,
I
"You
think
have
so.
to dream, you have to dream," but I do not remember it. Those 2 are the only 2 in the past year
Mm,
that I don't remember anything, not even a snippet. Now, lately, what started happening with
mhm,
me screaming and talking and hollering in my sleep, which I do not remember anything what I'm saying or doing. But he's waking me up. He's like, "Hey, you're hollering in your sleep." I'm like, "What was I saying?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't know
mm.
what it is." Um,
Yeah,
wait,
that's a good question Tiff raises.
yeah, no, I have not. I've had all these
Mm,
EEGs,
mhm,
God, enough of them in my life. I've had a lot of those,
mm,
um, but not a sleep study. No, I really haven't. Wait, Barbie, I get sleep paralysis and feel an evil presence
yeah,
in the room. Eastern Canada, we call it old hag.
yep,
Have had it since I was a child. Coming out of it is so hard to do, and it can drag you back repeatedly. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's exactly the instance I was talking about. Different people see different things, but yeah.
Paige
Oh,
says Aria doesn't dream either or remember them. See, I don't either. And I don't. It's weird, and I don't know if that is because of just my brain. Mr. Love dreams. Rarely have I ever had nightmares, though. For me, mine are being unable to turn the lights on or constant searching for a clean potty, continuous dirty toilets. I'm not
Does,
laughing
any,
at you, honey.
does anybody else have the one where they're in high school naked, or is that just me?
Not
Or you can't remember
me.
your locker combination, you can't remember your schedule. You know, all the high school dreams are always interesting.
Dancing in the Rain says series about NDEs on Netflix called Surviving Death. Just FYI. Thank you. Barbie, it's when the lucid dreaming is paired with sleep paralysis, it becomes terrifying. See, I can't connect to that because I don't have that.
If yeah, and then that it seems like, you know, do you have grandma seizures or?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing okay. Have they started to lift recently, or are you
Actually,
still
yes, they have. You asked that question, and I'm going to say this is
okay?
the longest I have went without having a seizure.
Okay. So yeah, it could be. Now this might be unfortunate in that a lot of medication will cause nightmares. We still don't. Well, I'm not in that
That's what
community.
Tiff was.
They.
No, Tiff was saying that it could be
Yeah.
medication too. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually yeah pretty not popular. I don't know what the term would be. Common. Pretty common to.
I did too. I did too. Well, wait. I tell you. Hang on. Let me go back to dancing. I did too. You heard me knocking. Thank you. T says, very odd. I wrote a poem many years ago titled Reflections from the Looking Glass. Wow. Wow. See, you were meant to be here. Wow. Woodman should say crazy thing. My Abe dreams came nightly for weeks until my mom was telling a friend about it, and then they told her to put a Bible under my pillow 40 years later and knock on wood.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Work.
mean, yeah, one way is to get lucid dreaming, although not in your case since you don't remember. But
Yeah.
dream journaling helps you take control of your dreams. So if you start doing that more and more, that's one thing a lot of dream journalers hope to do is to start having more lucid dreams. You could also you also put it to intention to your dreams a lot. You can do hypnosis, all sorts of things to help lucid dreaming.
I would love, let me retract that statement. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that I don't remember or don't dream.
It, at this point in time, it might be.
It might be. Yeah.
Yeah, because evidently you typically, I mean, a lot of times you run in excitement and things like that, but it sounds like you're having a good dose of nightmares going on there.
Yeah, something's going on because not to my knowledge, has anyone ever woken me up saying that I'm talking in my sleep. I mean, I can't stand when he snores. Y'all all know this. I mean, and I don't even go to sleep with earbuds anymore.
Do you
So
have
he stayed for
problems?
a while. Hey, Journey.
I'm
Hey.
just interested. Do you have problems breathing out one side of your mouth or one side of your nose?
No.
Okay.
Nope, don't have sleep apnea. I know that for sure. They've done enough tests on that. But I've just never had a sleep study, but I really don't know the difference on the sleep study. I've always heard of the sleep studies for sleep apnea. I mean, I've had EEGs done. Like I remember when I was 5 years old in the hospital with that little cap on with all those little electrodes stuck to my head and all this stuff. That was when I first got diagnosed with the seizures. And then they were on and off trying different medications, blah, blah, blah. So we finally get it straightened out. Then when I was in a coma in 2013, I was having 2.5 hour status epilepticus, but
Oh
grandma,
my gosh.
yeah, they thought it was over. They said nobody can survive these. And my mom's
Yeah.
like, my daughter can. My mom never gave up her faith. She's like, my daughter can. She's going to come out of this. And I did.
Wow,
And
that
my
is.
mom's faith goes beyond anything. And
Mm,
I know I get that from her, but my sisters were calling her a cold hearted witch for not crying and all this stuff. And they were calling all these family in, all the family. And I don't remember any of that, but I do remember when I woke up, I thought I was in a dream because I didn't know where I had been. Like I had lost where I had been. I remember being at
mhm,
the dentist office. That was the last thing I remembered because that's where I got the antibiotics that released the tooth that did its job, released that infection into my bloodstream, but my liver took 2 weeks to filter it out, so it went to my brain.
mm.
That's what caused, and you're right about the toothaches and the tooth infections.
Oh
But
my God.
and my liver wasn't working, so that took 2
Mm,
weeks to filter it out. It finally, I guess when it started coming out, it took like 3 weeks, and I was still having to wear oxygen. I was still blue and cyanotic and all that stuff, but I don't guess I suffered any more brain damage than normal because
mm.
except that's when I was gonna go take my bar exam. I had finished law school, going to take the
Oh my
bar, and
gosh.
ended up not being able to take the bar because I couldn't remember. That's where my short-term memory actually took a dive. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember any sites on cases. I'm not gonna go. I mean,
Oh
I
my
worked
God.
so hard through law school, but you know what? It wasn't for nothing because I
Yeah.
can still use that knowledge, and
Yeah.
especially to advocate.
Sure. Yeah. And
And
then, and it's one of those things. Obviously, um, the course of study you went into suits you a little, suits your personality better. Um,
I don't think I would have been a really good lawyer. Although my mom always made me be on the debate team, so I wouldn't argue at home. She worked in psych her whole life. She was just like, I don't need this at home.
redhead.
You redhead. Yes, redhead. I'm down, Tiff. Hey, Aria. Hey.
Ari. Still keep thinking of Jungle Love, even though
I
I
know, right?
realize they're not saying Aria, but it pops in my head every time.
So, all of you that are going through all of this turmoil, all of this pain, emotional, physical, both cause both. Carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders as empaths, um, not feeling like yourself. We're here. We want y'all. It's so infectious that I think if we could get this thing flipped to the other side, maybe it would be just as infectious. So we're here advocating for our community right now, our people, y'all, you, everybody on the other side of this camera. We are here for. And we want you to know you're not alone. You'll never be alone. Not here. Chosen family. And life is hard. Y'all know we can do hard things. But guess what? We're here. That's a step in the right direction. And it took me going to hit rock bottom. Hey, Aria, honey. It took me hitting rock bottom to pull myself out of it, take my own advice that we can do hard things. And here we go. You know, we have to do something. We can't just stay where we're at in the pain. It's infectious. Ben, can you say that more eloquently than I?
Oh no, you did a great job yourself. Um, yeah, that it's definitely something. What was it? The Bible mentions. Oh, come on! I wish I could remember it.
Tell me.
Take heart. Um, um, well, yeah, it's been said that true confidence is a general belief in knowing things will work out generally, not
Mhm.
saying specifically, but things will generally work out in your favor. And I do find it amazing that so much of society is going against that. And I think that's part of the reason why. But hopefully something's been mentioned that can at least stick with, somebody, because this is an important mission of what people do here, of helping other people. And I see it I saw it not too long ago when I went into Keela's chat, and I spoke to somebody, and then all the people who came to me afterwards said, "Hey, you know what? You did a good job," or, thank you for, I was talking to that person, I wasn't available. But I found that so incredibly heartening. Yes, people are having a lot of crises, but if you look, you can find so many examples of people with for no gain, no kudos, no just giving of themselves to help other people. I find that incredibly heartening. I find that that kind of gives me a little bit of faith in humanity. I
Yeah.
lacked before. And it wasn't because I went and did this, but it was the reaction I got afterwards. How many people coming to me saying, "Oh, thank you for doing that. I've been talking to. Oh, yeah, thank you for that. I've been talking to her as well. And thank you for that. And here's what this person's going through." And it's like, wow, there is a community of people. And I just happen just to go in there, and I don't go in there enough. Um, I've been trying to isolate a little bit from Messenger because of trying to get some of my studies done, which,
Yeah.
yeah, but regardless, I am incredibly heartened by the, or I mean, I don't know what the term would be. Uh, I I just love how these people give of themselves to help other people, and that's something that I didn't think
Yeah.
existed anymore.
And
And
it's
uh,
very few, Ben. It's very
yeah,
few. But you know what?
yeah,
It's right where it's needed to be.
yeah,
I totally believe that.
yeah, and I realize people are going through hard times, yeah, especially now,
Yeah.
everything going on, but seeing the outpouring of support for people, whoever they are, whoever they may be. And I know that that's not the only place that that's happening. So I always try to look on positives. And that's the stuff I look to. Is I look to Misha. I can bring her up. I can bring up
Yes.
Cosmic Christie. I can bring
Oh
up
my god,
you.
my little cherub. Yes.
I can bring up you, but I mean these communities are so full. You go into them, and if you have a problem, you go into them, and hey, I'm dealing with, uh, they can, you may not necessarily get a solution, but you can at least get a warm body, to somebody to be with you in that time,
You're
and
not alone. You're
and
not.
I
Like I said, if we're
Jen,
not here, go to the to the Facebook group because you're never alone there.
you know Jen Marie, yeah, there's so many people on a tip.
Oh,
Um,
wait, wait, wait. Our Kazi could use some oh my gosh.
mm,
For Kazi. Y'all know my little cherub. I love her. Oh,
I like what conversation with Christy said about Cosmic. She was He's been digging through Hungarian archetypes, and it's a depth psychology thing.
mhm.
But she got to Cosmic, and she said, "Yeah, but Cosmic fits the Holy Witness." And I just found that to be, and she went into going to the Holy
Yeah.
Witness archetype, but um,
Lori.
I found that to be such a good testimonial, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, see, Lori said she would love to join the meetup, but you're so sleepy. Lori, I'm so proud you're here. I'm just glad you're here, definitely. And T, hang on, let's see. She says, I haven't been on Facebook for a while, too many dark hearts. I'm going to be 100,000% in agreement with you, except for, and I might be a little partial, MHM Facebook group. It might
I
surprise you.
Yeah, I do. I don't visit Facebook at all. I do visit Facebook Messenger. Um, but yeah, Facebook, unfortunately, social media is rife with what happens with Facebook is an odd phenomena. People feel like so many
No
people.
judgment.
I'm not picking
No
on
judgment.
anybody.
No judgment. No judgment, T. No judgment.
So many people. You'll run into people, friends or whatever. It's just what you do on Facebook. You post, look at all the things going right. Look at my new car. Look at my new job. Look at my
Nothing
new
is
house.
that
And
perfect.
and that is such a bad place when you start getting into comparing yourself to other people, because again you'll be comparing your inner insecurities, the stuff that only you know about, and I'll guarantee you the stuff you know about, you're being much more harsh on yourself than anybody else would be. You're taking your absolute worst, and you're
Yeah,
taking that lump of poo and you're comparing it with this outside image, which isn't this facade, which isn't even real, and
it's
you're
not
coming up
real.
short.
That's why I
And
love our
mm,
community that just carries from here over to Facebook to the Mental Health Matters group, because peer support, understanding, truth, knowing when you need someone, you've got someone. That's what counts. The connections, not everybody even needs help. We just go over there to, you know, how's your day? Give someone some
mm,
encouragement. You won't go wrong with that group. And if you do, come to me.
mm.
Come to me. Come to any of the mods. But okay, Ben, there you go. There's your Aria's here. So Facebook mom had to tell about there would be no mass.
I got teased um saying, okay, Ben, breathe. Like, yeah, I'm having a fight with English in general. Although usually I like to do that. I think it's good to fight proper English and grammar. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, grateful. I missed the math. Jen says, oh, you're welcome, T. If you need anything, you message me. um, Jen says, I rarely use Facebook. See, and I don't, mainly the chat or
Yeah.
what keep that so important,
Yeah.
because you can find a specific chat
Yeah.
with peer support for your specific, like whatever you're going through or whatever you need help with, or just advice, or if you want to help someone,
Yeah.
peer support, it's there. And it's just nice to know that it is there. And
Yeah.
that's just something that we can provide to help.
And you don't necessarily even have to be able to solve anybody's problem. It's just go in there and
Yeah.
talk and just be a friend to them.
Yep. And connection. It's all
Yeah.
about connection. And
Yeah.
that's what I wanted all of our people to know. All of our people, our chosen family. You do not have to carry this burden alone. You don't have to carry this burden alone. I need to quit talking and reading. But y'all, we love you. We truly do. I don't use that word lightly. There needs to be so much more love than hate in this world. Like you were saying, Ben, it's like hate, haters,
Mhm.
hater. It's surround yourself with what you want to feel. You want to feel love, kindness, acceptance. It starts with your choice. You have a choice. You can listen to the hate. You can listen to the ones that truly mean. And I know that a lot of, some of you haven't been here long. Some of you may have been here long, but we truly mean what we say on here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be up here. I mean, it's that simple. I wouldn't be here because, oh my God. Here we go, Ben. Dancing says, I need something. Car talk soon. Just go sit in your car and stream. Don't go anywhere. I miss car talk. Right, are you? So we can stare at Keela's dashboard.
I kind of miss seeing the warp speed effect when she's driving. And I mean, okay, she would try to make it look like she wasn't speeding, but he'll never take me alive, copper. Hearing that car go through the gears, hearing that
Heck
red
no.
line. Yeah.
Heck no. Not when they take your driver's license. I don't really want to get caught. Yet I just pull up to the freaking tags place, go and get tags from a car, come back out.
Oh my gosh. Such a little criminal. Oh my
I
God.
am the
Oh,
I
well,
didn't know.
I'm
Hey,
not.
don't take my license for something because let me tell you the test in Texas to get them back. After they put a medical hold on your license, like for seizures. Okay, I've been a paramedic my whole life. Driving that ambulance, I never once had a seizure driving. I've never once had a seizure driving but once. And that's when I got in the wreck in 2010.
Hmm,
Okay, it was in my own personal vehicle. Thank God I didn't hurt anyone but myself. Um, but I tell you what, in Texas, it's hell to get your license back once you go to court and they put a medical hold on
yeah,
them. I
no.
don't think it's fair that you have to go seizure free for 6 months and have a document, which I have my neurologist, no problem. But here's the test they give you. You have to be off your medication and go do an EEG while they flash a light in your eyes to start to cause a seizure. And if you don't have a seizure, then you pass. Why are you taking my medication away?
That's like saying
Please
you
explain that to me.
yeah, that'd be like saying, okay, you've had a heart attack, you got in a crash. Okay. So now to get your license back because you had a heart attack, you have to go off your high blood pressure medication, therefore giving you in danger of having a heart attack
Bam.
and
Yeah. So the only way I can get boy,
government.
kid that lives here is shooting off fireworks. Smart boy is so rude. My dogs would be telling on them. Oof. Somebody's decided to play guns, cops and robbers or something last night. They were shooting guns at 11 o'clock last night. I was like, would you please stop? My dogs are going crazy. How is that even medically valid? There is my point, Lori. Please, someone explain this. Make this make sense to me in the state of Texas that you have to be off your medicine. And then you go in. Soon as they put that light, I think it's just the fear of knowing what that light's fixing to
Yeah.
do starts me having a seizure because I start panicking immediately. But you have to have labs drawn. You have to have all this stuff. It's just crazy. And if I'm on medications that control it, just like diabetes, I mean, if you drive a vehicle and you've not taken your insulin and your blood sugar is like 500 and something and your altered mental status, paramedics, like I would come on there and I would save those people from a DWI because I would tell the officers they're not drunk. Smell their breath. It's a sugary, sweet smell. Take their blood sugar, it'd be over 600. I just saved that
Oh
person from
God.
a life of,
Yeah.
you know, because that's what happens. So if you're on insulin and you're controlling your blood sugar and you're driving, that's all you have to do. That's what medication is for. Why the hell am I even taking it if I can't ever get my license back? It's been so long now, I'm going to have to go take the written test, the driving test, and I can't go. I can't have them flashing that strobe light in my eyes and not have a seizure. My brain actually um started the seizure activity reading before I even knew I was going into it. The last time I attempted it, I told my neurologist I don't even care anymore. I'll just drive
Mm.
because at least if something happens and I get pulled over, they can take my blood work and see I'm on my medications. So be
Mm.
it.
Wow, that is. And how often are you going to see that kind of flashing light? Granted, I know police cars, but they rotate. They don't.
They rotate. They're
Oh,
not strobing. And I
yeah.
was in an ambulance for all my life and have had seizures all my life. And not once did they ever cause or trigger a seizure in me. Now, the one vehicle that will, and I asked them to turn the lights off, is a fire truck when they
Oh,
have the white.
okay.
But I asked them very kindly, I have a seizure disorder. Can you please turn that light off?
Mm.
They have no problems doing it.
What's that white light for? Is that for stoplights or something?
Um, with the white flashing light, it's just to let people know, like if they're on the side of the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a school bus once, and
Yes,
it had a flashing white light on top, and it's like,
when they're backing up
okay,
it's just, yeah.
okay.
Just
I
more
was,
safety, but the lights, they're not realizing those flashing white lights can cause more damage than what they're intending to try to stop.
I've always wondered about the school bus with the flashing light on top.
Yeah, I can't
Like,
look at it.
oh, I'm glad you had that little EB light flashing on top because I couldn't see that big yellow thing.
You would be surprised how many people run out in front of school buses. It's sad. And if
Mm.
any, God bless the children. I hope nothing ever happens from idiots. But Okay, guys. Well, it looks like we are going to have a meetup.
A what?
Ben, we're going to have a meet. And I can't get
Meet.
links back here. So
Meet.
somebody's going to have to come back here and give us the links because I can't get it from back here. There's the meet, but I can't get the link on StreamYard unless she comes and puts it in the private chat back here.
Oh, hold on. I can do that. Private chat. I
Yeah,
think
can
I
you
can.
put it in the private chat for me, please?
Boom. As if
Okay.
by magic. That's what you get
Oh,
for
I got
eating
the
enough
link.
bacon.
Go, Ben. Holy
Yep.
moly.
See
Ben
what
did
happens
it.
when you eat bacon?
Ah, Mish, Ben got it. I'm so happy. So if y'all want to go to the meet, we have a great time. Ben likes kitty cats. That's where we got our forever family member Fiona. She made it through that meet.
Mm.
She's stuck with us.
Oh.
But Lori says I want can y'all, I'm sure y'all can see Mish has got it. It's for more vision for backups, I guess, for bigger trucks. Facebook Mom, I guess. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Barbie, I love you. Thank you for being here. All of you. You know, I can't end without this. Growth isn't about changing who you are, but becoming the best version of yourself. I think we do that a little bit every day. And Ben, thank you for being here with me on such short notice. You have really
Yep.
been such a great help.
Well, thank you for your help earlier with the whole
I tortured him.
you-
I tortured him. I told him, I said, it works, but it's going to be hell and you're going to cuss me. But when it's over, it's going to work. The Red Cross tooth stuff where it's got the little
Mhm.
bitty cotton balls and you soak it in that little bottle, you wouldn't think something so little could burn so bad. But then you have nothing left to hurt after that.
Yeah. I think it kills all the nerves in your mouth.
I do too. I think it just burns all the way through it because it is. I mean, I had tears rolling down my eyes, but it helped.
Yeah.
Yes, and please. Oh, one thing I was going to mention to this too, Ben. I heard this today on a very large podcast with, I'm talking millions of subscribers that I was watching on YouTube today that said YouTube is not sending out their notifications. YouTube is not letting people know they're online. I'm like, whoa, it's not just our little channel here. It's definitely a YouTube wide. So they're not discriminating. It's everywhere. And this is a very, very popular one. And I'm talking like when he said that today, I was like, holy moly, it's not just us. He even had something to say about it. So I guess we're not being targeted. Maybe not after all. But I have noticed a difference. Notifications are going out. So we must be doing something right. And it's all because of y'all. So thank you. Like, subscribe. The main thing is leave a comment after, like I always say, yes, everyone needs a big hug. Everybody here is so amazing. I couldn't figure out how to, Liz Ferris was always saying, I'll race you to the comments. I would go there and be the first one there, but it would go back to the live chat. I couldn't figure out how she did it. Refresh the page, bam, there was a comment since it went off the live comments. So if you can leave a comment afterwards, it would be great, just because it does help. It does help. And, oh, I like what Facebook Mom says here. Leave a comment after the live. It makes MHM stand out head and shoulders above the other channels. Thank you. But y'all see, I have been able to say, please like and subscribe if you want to. That's been a year and over a year with me being able to say that finally. Anyway, thank you, Ben. Thank you, everyone. We're going to go to the meet now. If you want to join, y'all have the link, and we will talk to you later. Everybody have a wonderful night and weekend.